shoot this video real quick and try and make it right to the point, okay? So everybody will watch it. Now, here's the thing. With the pre-ordination or the pre-even destination, that's the predestined you, is this. What about, okay, if everybody's picked or whatever in eternity, what about our loved ones, especially maybe the younger ones that are not walking the ways of Yeshua right now, to put it mildly? What do we do? How do we go about that? Here's the thing. You don't do anything differently as far as praying for, as far as being the example, as far as being the light. Those are all things that we thought we were doing as, as evangelicals. That was our witness, and that was us trying to lead people to the Lord. But honestly, it's not we should be trying to be the light around these people or trying to show them the way or trying to be the example. The truth of the matter is, and listen, I'm talking to myself, you all, okay? The truth of the matter is we should be doing that anyway. So when it comes to, that those certain ones, it's like we put the extra special Christian face on around these people because we're trying to lead them to the Lord, or quote, win them to the Lord, or whatever, whatever the lingo we use. Okay, so everybody's on the same page as me. So the truth of the matter is we ought to just be living it anyway. It has nothing to do with trying to persuade you to come over here and this, and so I shouldn't be putting on more of a persona because this person doesn't know the Lord or not. I should be walking out of it genuinely. That's a whole other thing. I'm trying to get there, y'all. I'm trying to get there. I'm getting there, but I'm trying to get there. So that's a whole other thing. But let's just, that mindset, just blown. Okay. So what do we do with those? Well, you still do the same things. You don't want to set in the same token. You don't want to shed a negative light either. You don't want to give them reason to go. See, that's the reason I don't want to be one of them guys. Obviously, you don't want to do that. But in the context of what we've been talking about, pretty much it's already chosen. What we're doing is, even if they're not showing it right now, it does not mean they're not chosen. Okay. What it means is they're not living it out right now because either the seed, which, get this, right? If we're a spirit, watch, this is so awesome. If we're a spirit, and we are, and the Bible says, I was going to look this up, I think it's Peter, and the Bible says you're born again of the incorruptible seed of God. Seed in the vernacular that Peter wrote, which he was a Hebrew, but the letter was written in Greek so that more people could read it, right? So that word that he uses, incorruptible seed, is actually where we get the word sperm. It means sperma, but where we get the word sperm, which means that's of a father, okay? The seed. Well, we're born of God's seed. Okay, sperma, which means DNA, which means spirit. We are spirit. So, if it's incorruptible and it's in them, think about that for a second. If it's let me say it again slowly. If it's incorruptible and it's in them, it cannot be corrupted by what they do, say, think, act. Now, how do we reason that? Well, first of all, we don't reason it because that's of the mind. How does that bear witness with our spirit? Well, that bears witness with my spirit because that seed is lying dormant in us all until it's awakened. Once it's awakened, then we come to who we really are, okay? Which a lot of us are still learning of who we really are, because who we've been for so long as far as this outward man lies to us about who we really are, spirit man. See, your body and your soul will lie to your spirit to get you not to walk into your fulfillment. So here's the kicker now. It's not, oh, I got to get them saved before they die. No, I want to get that seed awaken so that they don't live their life in futility and just vanity and all those other type of things, because the Bible says the way of the transgressor is hard. And so when you're transgressing his law or living in opposition of his law, it's going to be hard. So if the seed's in them, I'm not so much concerned about that time that it's awoken, because it has to be awakened because it's incorruptible. If it was corruptible, then I have to worry, because that means then it could perish. But if it's incorruptible, it cannot perish. Okay? It's not that it won't, it can't. So what we need to know is we are the awakeners, if you will. We're not the lead you into a prayer people. 4 steps to Jesus people. What we are is we're awakeners of people's true identity, which is their spirit. And if it's not awakened, that just means that they are of their father, the devil. So this theory of everyone's a child of God is not a correct theory. Genesis 5 tells us that. Just if you read verse 1, I tell you that. So, awaken. How am I going to look at those unsaved loved ones now? That word's kind of not even biblical, if you will. I'm going to look at them as their spirit hasn't been awakened. Okay? That way I don't fret and say, oh, are they one of them or are they not one of them and all that. Listen, y'all, I had to go through the evaluation myself. Am I the chosen? Do I know him or does he know me? I had to go through all that when I got this revelation. I hope you did too. That's part of it. And then once you know you are, then it floors you, it humbles you, and makes you feel like you're about an inch tall. And then after you get all that process is done, it gives you hope. Those who kind of tilted on the predestined camp, there wasn't much hope, because they just thought he elected some of us for heaven or hell. No, God's just. God is just. God is love. He's not making people for hell. He don't create somebody. That's a sick, twisted. He don't create you and make you for hell. But, does he know where you're going? Absolutely. It's foreknowledge. It's predestined. When was that? I believe it's a whosoever will. There's got to be a free choice in this deal. That's why you can't box us in, or me. And maybe you're not buying what I'm selling, but I'm not selling it anyhow. You know what I'm saying? But but I'm totally convinced that I do both. I believe we're predestined to have a free will. I just blew both camps out of the water. They say you can't do that. You got to choose one or the other. No, both. Well, if you're free choice, or if you're free will, sorry, free choice, all this political nonsense. If you're free will, Steve, then it's a whosoever will. It's not a, then nobody knows right now. Everybody has a chance right now. Well, I believe there was a chance. I just don't believe it might be the here and now. I believe there was a chance in eternity, for while you were in eternity before you came here. Well, if you're predestined, then you're not free will. Yeah, I am. I just said. In eternity, I believe you're chosen. So when you come down here, you're predestined for heaven and hell, because you've already chose by your free will. How can I say that scripturally? Did not the devil, who was made in eternity, did he not choose hell and fall with a third of the angels? So if he can, we can. That's it.